I have no voice, apparently. We'll chat when my voice comes back. Taking out the trash. Today is supposed to be day one of me starting a new routine, a new life routine. And that new life routine was supposed to include me going to the gym. But if you can't tell by my lack of voice, I'm sick. So we aren't going to the gym. That moon, y'all. Currently, it is -2 degrees outside. And that's without wind chill. So it's a little chilly. Taking the girls out this morning was interesting. As I noted outside, the goal is to create a new routine or even just like lifestyle change. And as I noted earlier, I was supposed to go to the gym today, but I am very unwell. So instead of just being stagnant this morning, I literally looked up yoga to do while you're sick. So I found a video that we'll see if I like it or not, but I'm going to follow along with that this morning. Right, Echo? Yeah. You gonna make me coffee? Yeah, let's do some yoga. So to be so totally honest with you guys, what was my morning routine today? It was wake up, take out the girls. That's just like, that's a standard. That's built in. Like nothing's changing about that. Brush my teeth, wash my face, do a little hair care, go to the gym. Didn't go to the gym, but we did do a little yoga stretch session. Eat breakfast. I'm gonna be totally honest, I fell asleep. Well, no, I started watching like a YouTube video and then I fell asleep. I would have taken today off, but I'm on a very small team and my counterpart is currently off today. So, but I let my boss know and they're like, just take naps and sleep when you need to. So in an ideal world, I would have been completely healthy this week, but I still want to stick to trying to create and start a routine. And I guess I didn't even kind of introduce this whole situation to you guys. One of my big goals for this year is to create healthy routines, healthy habits across the board. I think initially it started like I want to start getting more physically active again. And then the more I thought about what I would like my future to be like, I realized that while yes, going to the gym is a great start, I had so many other like things I wanted to achieve and accomplish this year. And I was like, all this stuff can be achieved and accomplished with like a solid routine, right? So let me go grab my notebook and kind of show you what I have laid out for myself. So I'm still in the middle of making this, but you get the gist. So things I would like to accomplish or just like implement into my life this year is having a morning routine, having a fitness routine, having a nighttime routine, implementing craft nights. And then also take advantage of the fact that I work from home, because I feel like I don't take full advantage of that. Taking better care of my oral hygiene, having balanced meals. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have like the greatest meal time routine. I kind of just eat when I'm hungry, and I want to implement like having dedicated time slots for eating so that I know that I'm eating consistently throughout the day and there's not like any room for error. And like some of those crafts and stuff I want to do are like crocheting and painting and drawing and like a bunch of stuff that I used to do when I was younger, and I just want to like, I don't even want to say like find time. I have the time to do it. It's just like prioritizing those things with the time that I have. And the big thing is, I feel like so much of my free time, if I'm not like filming or editing, is spent just like scrolling on my phone or turning on the TV and watching YouTube videos. I can do those things, but I feel like I could be more productive during those times as well. So this is week 1 of trying to implement routines.
Good morning. It is day 2. Routine has not been accomplished at all today. In an ideal perfect world, what would have happened is I would have woken up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, done some sort of physical activity, and had breakfast. I did none of those things. Did I brush my teeth? I may have brushed my teeth. I don't quite remember. I'm at like the point of sick where just your mouth feels gross. So even if you brush your teeth like 5 minutes later, it feels gross again. First off, we all know I'm sick. That's like, we already know that. But we have a new downstairs neighbor, and our new downstairs neighbor has a dog, and that dog was barking all day yesterday. And then it started barking around 10:30 at night and was barking on and off. I remember falling asleep shortly after 11, but then I was woken up shortly before 2 in the morning to barking. I was sick of it, so I went downstairs, knocked on the door, nobody answered. I ended up calling the cops for a noise complaint. They took my information and said that they would send someone out. I assume they sent someone out. Who knows? I don't know. But I would say shortly around 2:30 is when I noticed the dog stop barking, and I didn't fall back asleep. I forgot about that. I was just at a point of like awakeness that I went to the living room and watched some TV. After I took the girls out, I plopped my butt on the couch and watched some TV. And here we are. I'm gonna try and do a little bit of work today. We'll see how productive I can be, but I don't know how we're gonna do for like my routine today. Obviously, it's already down the shitter. Day 3. I'm so sick. Good morning. I feel somewhat like an actual human being again. Let's be real. Yesterday, there was literally Yesterday was probably the worst day. I actually took all of yesterday off. Monday and Tuesday, I like half worked. I kind of worked here and there where I could, but yesterday I woke up and I was just like, I'm just a shell of a human right now. I just woke up, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and now I'm making some coffee. I'm gonna make some oatmeal, gonna make a protein shake. I'm definitely still not 100%, but I just like feel the best I've felt the past few days, so. The drama of it all. So one of the main reasons I think yesterday I felt like absolute trash was because, remember a few days ago I told you that there was a new neighbor and they had a dog that would not shut up? For the past 2 nights, not last night, but the 2 nights prior, the dog was literally crying all night long. And yesterday morning, I kind of like figured out that the dog was likely just like locked in the bathroom. so sad because, like, honestly, the amount of time that dog was just like whining nonstop, I'm like, I don't think that dog was ever let out of that bathroom, right, Bubs? So those past 2 nights, I had called just to file a noise complaint because I'm like, worst case scenario, we just build up a record on these guys that the dog is crying nonstop. I don't think an officer came by the first night I called, but the second night I called, I definitely know for sure an officer came by because you could hear someone knocking on the door down there and no one answered the door. I'm pretty sure no one was home. But like the dog was freaking out when he was knocking on the door. I had also notified the building management of the matter that like this dog is just nonstop barking. Like, I don't know what's going on. I even told management, I'm like, I'm pretty sure they just have this dog in the bathroom. Well, around like 2 o'clock yesterday, things got real rowdy. And like I heard 2 guys talking. It's the loudness of their voice that actually made it sound like they were in our hallway. I heard 2 guys talking. I heard the dog going crazy. And then I like, everything kind of calmed down and I looked outside and there was a police cruiser out back and I like saw one officer go up to the car who was moving around, and then there was a second officer who came out and was holding the dog, and I was just like, no. And it was just a little puppy, guys. Like, literally, the officer was maybe a little bigger than me, and the dogs fit like perfectly in the crook of his arms, and she was just a cute little baby. Oh, she looked like Echo, but had more white markings on her. And I was just like, the poor little baby. And yeah, I leaned out from my balcony and I was like, is she okay? And he's like, yeah, apparently she was just like found outside. I don't know what's better or worse, just leaving her outside. I mean, it's been freezing the past few nights, like dropping below 0. Today it's gonna be warmer. I think our high is gonna be 33 today. But so clearly getting the dog inside was good, but also like they just had it locked in the bathroom. Like, that's also no way to live. Like, bring the dog to the Humane Society or something, or call someone. I don't know, like, you don't just leave the dog locked in a bathroom. So the dog is gone. Hopefully they're able to find her a good home. She's such a cute little, like, literally the cutest little puppy ever. So if she was lost and was actually found out in the cold, like, either hopefully they find the owner or that she's able to get a good home. Like, just the cutest little thing. I just felt bad. I was like, just bring the dog up here. We can watch her. I'm home all day. I work from home. Like, we could just watch her. And so then seeing the officers literally just like actually seeing the little girl, I was just like, it was so sad. Like, I'm glad she's not there anymore for a multitude of reasons. Obviously, like, my own sanity, but also like she's not just locked away in a fucking bathroom anymore. I got an actual like restful night of sleep last night, which I think is also why I feel better today, because I actually got like a full 8+ hours of sleep last night. That's all, guys. That's my drama update. Again, I hope the little puppy finds a good home, and if you guys ever find a stray dog and decide to bring it in, especially, like, good on them for bringing it in from like the gnarly temperatures, but also like take care of the dog. Good morning. Friday morning. The girls woke me up at 3:30 this morning. Usually they only actually wake us up like if they have to utilize the facilities, and I was kind of surprised because Jinx was the one who woke me up, and usually she's like totally fine throughout the night, but I took them out and they both took giant potty breaks. Don't know what that was about, but I've been up ever since, and I'm pretty sure it's just after 8. So today I do have to take a shower. I'm gonna start working. Have I done anything with my routine? No. Still like congested, but I actually like finally feel good. I do want to chat more about like the actual game plan moving forward. Hello. It's Monday. Last week was a total wash, which is like so frustrating. I still am like heavily congested right here, but other than that, I feel fine. Anyways, we kind of went over like what routines I want to implement this year, and here's one of the big things that I didn't discuss at the beginning of the video that I kind of want to not reiterate, but just like note towards the end of the video, because this is the wrap up to this video if you couldn't tell. This is not like some weird 75-day hard challenge. This is not me like implementing these routines, and if I fail one day I have to like go back to ground zero and work my way up. That is not what this is at all. This is genuinely trying to build a routine that I find fits my wants and needs the most. And the great thing about kind of like that mentality is it also allows me to be like, you know what? I don't want to read every single day, multiple times a day. So I just kind of want to go over kind of the game plan again. I was in such a delusional state when I first talked about this that I don't quite remember everything that I went over. So morning routine is pretty much consistent throughout the entire week. For me, this is for me. When it comes to like the girls, they're already built in. They're like my already built in routine. I know exactly when to take care of them, what to do for them, all of that stuff. Obviously, they have wants and needs and demands that I also fit into my day. But like I literally don't even have to think about like when or what I have to do for girls. Like that's just literally so ingrained into my habits over the past 5 years that it's a non-negotiable. It's something I don't even think about. So all of this is kind of stuff that I want to start implementing for myself moving forward, and that's because a lot of the stuff is so inconsistent in my life. So oral hygiene right away when I wake up, and this is even before I take the girls out. Like I wake up, I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, floss it, mouthwash it, polka dot it. For weekdays, 4 out of the 5 days I have going to the gym next. And then after the gym, I have my skincare routine and breakfast routine. Now, Wednesdays, ideally, instead of going to the gym, I would do like oral hygiene, skincare, breakfast, and then like read for the morning. That's ideal for Wednesdays. Once we come to the lunch time frame, we have obviously eating lunch, but then also reading is going to be a part of that. Also on Wednesdays, I wrote down finances because one thing I really want to do better at this year is being proactive about my finances. So I want to just be more conscious of like how I'm spending my money, where I'm spending my money, how I'm saving my money. Like I have a 401k, but like I can't touch that. So even though that has like thousands of dollars sitting in it, I can't just liquidate that as easily as I can like a savings account. So I want like every Wednesday just to like almost bust out like a checkbook and balance out my checkbook almost. If you get that analogy, you get that analogy. Here's where things get really fun. So this year, I really want to have like a full schedule of videos for YouTube in particular, whether it's about books, whether it's about crafting, whether it's about baking, whether it's about whatever. I want to have a full schedule. I want to be so far ahead in filming that like if I ever have a week like last week where I'm feeling like trash, I don't even have to worry because I already have videos scheduled out. I want to be so much more prepared when it comes to YouTube videos because this is something I enjoy doing. One of the most stressful parts about it is like last week where I didn't upload anything because I didn't have anything planned. I didn't have anything prepped. I didn't have anything like in the can ready to edit or even like exported and ready to upload. So in my evening routine after I get off of work, I have on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I have time slots specifically for filming and then also editing. So Monday and Tuesday, my evening routine is filming, whatever that entails. Obviously, when it comes to vlogs, for me personally, like that can happen whenever, but I do want like designated time to at least like, even if I'm not filming, working on something video wise. Thursday and Friday, I have those slotted as editing days. Did my camera just decide to stop filming? Did I ramble on for the end of this video? Back to things. Anyways, short form content, I want to do more of that. I want to make more content specifically for Instagram in general. So here's a little self plug. Go follow me on Instagram at Kayla Alon. So that's CAYLAELON. And yeah, stick around. I do upload like stories. I chat to the stories a lot. So if you just want some high quality behind the scenes entertainment, back to the routine. Another thing I really want to do, y'all, is have Wednesday nights be like my craft nights. Here's the big thing. I love making stuff with my hands. Like, actually doing stuff with my hands is like top tier. I love that type of stuff. So whether it's crocheting, sewing, drawing, paint, like anything like that, I love it so much. I just want one designated night or time where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna work on a project. And trust and believe, y'all, I have so many projects in the works right now. I just started working on a blanket for my niece. I have quite a few babies entering my life, so I want to make quite a few baby blankets. We'll be seeing lots more of that in the future, but I thought it would be nice just to have like some time set aside where I'm just like, this is all I'm working on. This is what I'm doing. I kind of want to drive home the fact that the whole purpose of this change and shift in my routine is to better myself holistically. It's not just like going to the gym, working out, losing weight, changing the way I'm eating, my eating habits, my macros, like making sure that I'm all healthy inside and out. Like, it's not just that. Well, it kind of is. If we're talking about health factor, doing things that you love, having those cozy, quiet, calm moments are just as important as like the high caliber expectations that we in society set upon ourselves. So just ensuring that like you're sitting down and you're having those calm moments. That's why I think in my routine, so often I have like reading jotted down. I have time to like write. I have time to craft, all like included in this routine because I wanted to view everything from a bird's eye view. Because initially this whole intent behind like creating a new routine for 2024, I'm not gonna lie, it was about working out. It was about losing weight. It was about me losing self-confidence in the way I look physically and knowing that like there's certain health factors now that I'm getting older. And I wanted to like focus on potential health factors that could pop up down the road. Like, I had all of that in mind, but as I was like trying to work on like these really high expectation goals, I was also like, but I just also want to read more. Like, actually sit down and like read and like enjoy those calm, quiet moments and like having time to like actually sit down and like work on crafts and hobbies that I absolutely love. But I didn't want it just be like all that stuff had to wait for the weekend. I wanted to be able to have time throughout the week to integrate those things as well. The routine started as like these high caliber things, and then it kind of eventually morphed into like, what do I actually want my life to look like as a whole? Not just in 2025, not just at the beginning of the year, but what do I want it to look like in the grand scheme of things? Like, how would I love like my perfect days, my perfect weeks to look like? And that's why I'm like really working on incorporating things that I've just kind of like lost track of over time. So after filming, after editing, after my craft nights, I have kind of like the basic or standards of what your nightly routine expectations would be. And that would be having dinner, then like, having your oral hygiene, skincare, hair care. And then after like you take care of this, then like crawling into bed and either snuggling up with a good book or writing. Writing is something I used to do voraciously, and I would love to get back into that. But don't worry, guys. I'm not going to be one of those booktubers who like talks about books and then is like, I'm writing a book. Like, that's not, you're never going to see that happen. And I'm not going to say never. If that were to ever happen, it would just be like, hey, I wrote a book and it's out. I'm not going to take you along on this I'm a booktuber and I think that gives me the permission to now be a writer trip. And no offense to anyone who does that. No offense to anyone who has that on their trajectory, who has that set as their goals. I love that for you. But personally, that's just something I don't plan on doing. And that's also something I don't plan on doing because I feel like so many creators in general, not even booktubers, like there's just random creators on YouTube who are like, oh, I'm writing a book, and then it never actually comes to fruition. And I don't know, I feel like that's not like stringing your community along, but like stringing your community along. So again, I think if I were to ever do some sort of like big long-term goal like that, it would be something that I would just be like, and I did this thing, you should check it out. The whole reason I went on that tangent is because I do plan on going back into writing, and my writing style is very chaotic. A lot of times my writing has like started out as writing like a sequence of events and has turned into me just like making a crime board where I'm just like making characters, writing down what those characters are like, what their personality traits are, what they physically look like, and doodling out the character. Like that's my writing style. It's very chaotic and oftentimes never reaches a resolution, and it's just the enjoyment of like building this world and like a plotted out chart. But yeah, that's my weekday routine. Weekends, I do have like stuff jotted down. Like I still want to do oral hygiene. I want to go to the gym or do some sort of physical movement, have my skincare routine, breakfast, reading, you know, the same old. But for me, weekends have always kind of been like, do what I want, but also get all the stuff done that I did throughout the week. Like going grocery shopping is a huge thing. Running errands are a huge thing for me on the weekends. Anyways, y'all, that's that on that. The goal long term for this is to make some sort of series where I update you guys on my progress of my routines, whether that's a video here and there about like, hey guys, these are like my specific fitness goals, or these are my specific craft project goals, and then kind of like breaking down like what it's looked like over time and that kind of stuff. So there'll be progress update videos in the future, but I promise I'm not going to inundate you guys with that. It's probably going to be like maybe once a month, once every other month, once a quarter, once all of a sudden I'm like, let's just catch up. I would love to know in the comments down below, what are your goals? What are your plans for 2025? What are some routines that you would like to implement? What's like your current routine, and what's like your ideal routine? I would love to know that, because maybe I can get some inspiration from you guys as well. Because for me right now, this feels very bare bones, and I'd like to like fluff it up a little bit more. So maybe I can get some inspiration from you guys, and hopefully you got some inspiration from me. But with that, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for putting up with my froggy voice. Hopefully next time I chat with you guys, I won't have a froggy voice. We'll just be back to my normal vocal fry.